consumers, if you ask them whether they want to pay less for their iPhone, the answer will be yes. If you ask developers if they want to pay less to reach users on the iPhone, the answer will be yes. If you ask banks whether they want to pay additional fees for credit card transactions when people are tapping to pay inside a retail establishment, the answer to that will be no. Competition leads to lower prices for consumers, lower prices for developers, more opportunities for entrepreneurs, and ultimately more innovation that benefits society.
Connecticut Attorney General William Tong joins us right here at Post 9. Connecticut is one of the states that is suing Apple. Nice to have you.
Good morning.
Why did you choose to join this lawsuit?
To protect consumers. I think what Assistant Attorney General Cantor was talking about are what we call monopoly rents. You know, I have two of these, and I have a broken camera lens, which means when I have to go get a new phone, I may have to pay $1,600 for a new phone. And it's because we're so dependent on these devices and the iOS ecosphere and ecosystem that we're essentially captured by Apple and forced to pay these monopoly rents and pay more for devices and for services and for programming than we should have.
Samsung would say, well, come over to us. We'll sell you an Android phone. We'll be happy to do so.
Yeah, but Samsung doesn't have 70% of the performance smartphone market, 65% of the overall smartphone market. I mean, really, does anybody not think that Apple is dominant in the smartphone and mobile computing space?
They have a very large, important market share. But, you know, it's only because they would argue that they deserve it because they provided the best product. Yeah, they provided a product that people are delighted by. And when you say, well, it doesn't work well with another smartwatch, yeah, because they developed the smartwatch that goes along with it. And it doesn't work well with a digital wallet from somewhere else. Yeah, because, again, they have innovated to the point where people like the product.
Look, I love Apple products, and we're an Apple family, and there's nothing wrong with great products. What is wrong is using your monopoly power, the sheer force and weight of a $2.5 trillion market cap company, to stop people from switching, to create a competitive moat around consumers, right? To stop developers from getting access to your application programming interface so you can offer choice to consumers, right? To stop, to have the green bubble, for example. You know, if you are an iPhone user and you communicate with an Android user, those texts come up as green bubbles, and the videos are grainy, there's no encryption, the messaging isn't as reliable. Those are real impediments, competitive impediments designed to maintain Apple's monopoly.
What do you want to see them do to remedy this?
I want to see Apple change its corporate strategy from trying to stop competitors and trying to stop developers from trying to open up the ecosystem and trying to keep users and trying to stop users from having choice in the marketplace. Stop that corporate strategy. Stop using your huge weight and competitive
On the
power.
phone, you're focused on the hardware side of things?
I think it's the whole ecosystem, because if you depend on the phones, you depend on iOS, and really all of us depend on this for lives. We can't live without it.
Well, it's going to be years till we have the answer here.
Well, that depends on Apple. You know, if Apple wants to come to the table.
You really think they would conceivably settle? You just pointed it out. It's actually $2.6 trillion. They make over $100 billion a year. They can spend. They're one of the few companies that can truly compete with the U.S. government in terms of resources to spend endlessly on their case.
Sure. I mean, I was on this show talking about our case against Google and the ad tech case. We've sued Meta. I've taken on Amazon, and we settled the massive litigation with the major drug distributors and the opioid and addiction industry. We can move the needle here, and when Apple's ready to come to the table and talk, I'm ready to talk.
You don't worry about the chilling effect that these kind of actions could have on innovation and getting great American companies like Apple and Google that Europe would kill for, but their regulatory environment is a lot worse than ours.
I'm not worried about it at all, because we've seen this movie before. You know, more than 20 years ago, we went after Microsoft, the Department of Justice, and 19 states, because we had to open up that ecosystem, the Windows, Microsoft OS, and at that time, Internet browser ecosystem. And if you remember, at that time, Apple was on the brink, right, of going out of business. If we had not taken action against Microsoft a generation ago, Apple might not still be here, and there probably wouldn't be a Google and there wouldn't be a Facebook.
Yeah, it's been interesting to see Cantor and yourself draw that sort of power, or that line, at least, from the actions previously to the innovation that occurred as a result of Apple.